don't we? So is there enough evidence out there that proves that certain specific nutrients, ingredients, or supplements can enhance, our skin, our joints, our hair, our nails? And there's a lot of great science that's come out recently with marine collagen tripeptides, riceramides, hyaluronic acid, and there's a new supplement called Dermaval. Well, we've taken all 4 of those and we've combined it in a supplement called Rejuvenate. 3 delicious flavors, chocolate, cherry vanilla, pink lemonade, and then we have it unflavored for those of you that want to just put it in your coffee in the morning. It's worth a try. I endorse it, obviously, 100%. If you don't like it, we'll give you money back. It's as simple as that. So check it out at fortify.com.
Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Dr. Lange. By Lange Eye Institute and Pivots. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist. He feed and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your question at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning to Ask the Doctor. It's Dr. Michael Lange here for, since April of 1993. Folks, that's over 30 years, maybe 32 years or so. So, word has it that we have the longest running medical live talk show. And we put live in there because there are a few shows that have been going on a little bit longer that are medical talk shows. But live questions answered in the program, we have the longest. So, I am Dr. Michael Lange. I'm a board-certified optometric physician, a certified nutritional specialist, founded Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 93. We grew to 14 locations in the state of Florida with 3 LASIK surgery centers, and of course, the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. I'm also the founder and lead formulator for Fortify Vitamins. And you can learn more about what we have to do at Fortify Vitamins. Our motto is right science, right ingredients, right for you. You can go to fortify.com. That's Fortifeye, fortify.com. And let me give you a toll-free number for Fortify Vitamins. You can call that Monday through Saturday. Don't leave a message. They get really inundated a lot of times. Just call back and try to get a live person. You can leave a message if you have to. But the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866 9746. 86503-9746. But this live show, we encourage you, and I very welcome guest in the studio with me, Dr. Somerton today. But the phone number to call us live at is 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. And I'm going to introduce a pal of mine, a colleague in the radio industry. He's pretty famous in the radio industry as a newscaster. He's no newbie to talk radio. Host Ask the Doctor, I think almost 15, 20 years ago with me and some of my colleagues. And that's Roger P. Schulman. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Doctor. A beautiful day in the Tampa Bay area where we're originating from. Kind of cold weather across the country, though, in some areas.
It is. And you would know that since you're a newsman.
I know a couple of things. A couple.
So we are live. Give us a call. We got a great show planned today. We're going to talk a little bit about one simple health hack that you can do to actually lower inflammation in your entire body, improve circulation, reduce pain. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But go to the phone. And I do want to let everybody know you can call live today, Roger.
Today would be November the 8th, 2025. It is a Saturday morning in the United States of America. Around the world, could shift a little bit depending on what time zone you're in. But this is a little after 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:10 on Saturday the 8th of November.
I don't need Alexa with you, do I? So we are live today. We won't be live next week. After the show, I'll get a jet on down to New Orleans with my lovely bride, Tammy. Football game and having a little R&R week. So I won't be in the clinic at the Lange Institute seeing patients. We will run a tape next week because I will be at the Tulane football game. So remember, you call us today. We're going to have lots of time to answer your questions. But let's go to the first caller of the morning. I think it's actually Abram. I don't know. Abram, please. Good morning.
Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing lovely. So I'm just calling in. I have, I guess, kind of like a two-part question here for you. My son is 7, and we just went to the eye doctor, and they did recommend that he needs glasses pretty much full-time. My concern with that is he's constantly losing everything that he touches. So I am afraid he is going to lose his glasses somewhere and then do without them, until we get them made. They also recommended contacts.
Right.
They did recommend it daily, just in case you keep track of them. Time length before we wear them so we don't over. My only concern with the daily, I guess, opposed to the monthly, is which one, not that it will happen often, but more ideally, if he was to fall asleep in them, is one or the other a better fit for a 7-year-old? Wise
That's
in
a good
general.
question, Ashley. And so I commend for, going and mending contacts for a 7-year-old because a lot of contacts are 14, 15, or 16. And if we would put young children in contact a little earlier, it can actually increase their visual performance. It can help them psychologically in class, all right? Because a lot of times, you get called 4 eyes and things like that. But also from an athletic standpoint, contacts will improve his peripheral vision dramatically. And also you'll see things the way they're supposed to be. Because remember, glasses will either minify or magnify images because they're about 14 to 16 millimeters away from your corneal plane, away from your eye, and therefore it distorts reality. And so a contact lens at a young age can help him excel athletically as well as academically. Now, there's a lot of great contacts. Contacts a lot of kind of like cars nowadays. I mean, they're all good. But there's one me, especially in a one-day disposable, it's made by about Infuse. And the reason I like Bausch & Lomb Infuse is because it has electrolytes to keep it from drying. Kids are going to be out running and playing, and they're going to And so Bausch Shalom Infused is probably market for this. It also has which gives you a sharper, crisp, extremely oxygen permeable. So if you do fall asleep in it, it's going to be probably pretty safe. And I don't often disposables for kids is definitely the way to go, because you're not going to have to worry about, is he cleaning them properly or are you cleaning them properly? You're simply discarding them at the end of the day. And I think you'll do good. But ask them to fit you in the Bausch& Lomb infused lens, and they should give you like a sleeve for both eyes that's got 10 lenses in it, so you can try them first to see if indeed he is going to be able to handle putting them in and out, unless you want to put them in and out. But at 7 years of age, kids are really good at that.
Okay. Well, I guess contact lenses before I move on. Say it's a daily lens. So say he wears them to school, he comes home, he takes them out for a couple hours in between, practice time, and then he puts them back in. Do we need to wear a different lens, or can we reuse that lens for the remainder of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, you're defeating the purpose of being in a daily. You're trying to get rid of having any solution costs, and solutions have preservatives in it that can aggravate the eye.
Okay.
But it's not a period of time and soak them back in your eye and then just toss it at the end of the day. That's not going to affect you at all or affect him at all. But there's nothing wrong with putting him in at 6 in the morning and then taking him out at 10 o'clock at night when he goes to bed. He can wear them the whole day.
Just leave them there, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay. And then also, he's 7, so his focusing is not always grand like I would like it to be. I did look at some of your vitamin lines. Already for kids, would he be able at 7 to take your focus supplement, or is that too strong for him, or would it be something we could do every other day?
Yes. Focus at his age is fine. Yes. Focus is lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin. It's totally safe for kids. And our Super Omega is fine too. Now, the Super Omega is got a little bit of a large. Times I tell the parents, just squeeze the omega milk or something like that, or on their food in the spaghetti sauce, or you can just bite into it and it squirts in his mouth, kind of like old freshen up gum. But omega-3 is one of the most important things for kids, because think about it, most kids aren't eating fish, and spending probably one of the soup, something similar to our Fortify Super Omega. Make sure it's a re-esterified triglyceride form or triglyceride form, not the typical ones over the counter that are ethyl ester that has ethanol attached to the backbone, passing through your son's liver every day. So there's a few good triglyceride forms on the market. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. Fortify Super Omega for the cost and the therapeutic benefits is probably the best bang for the buck on the market. So he could take that along with the Fortify Focus. Fortify Focus is tiny. He can swallow that easily. That will help protect his eyes from the damaging blue light. It'll help improve focusing ability, oxidative stress on his eyes. And when you take him at the same time, the omega-3 acts as a shuttle system to actually improve absorption of these carotenoids that are in the Fortify Focus. So they work well together.
Perfect for your information and your time. We really appreciate it, and hope you guys have a great Saturday morning.
That was a great call. Thanks, Ashley. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
And we had a young caller.
Yes.
What do you think about that, Roger?
Yes.
You're making over there, I see.
Just dumping water and breaking lights and sorting out microphones, having a wonderful time.
Look at that. All your notes are kind of smudged and everything.
That's fine.
And you're like no newbie to this, Roger. You've been in the studio hours. I mean, probably 10 million hours over the years.
Yes, and they say no food and drinks in the studio, and here I pour a drink all over the equipment.
All right, so you're listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Institute and Fortified Vitamins. And Dr. Susan Somerton is my co-host. You can see Dr. Somerton, myself, or Dr. Caputi at the Lange Institute during the week. And the phone number for the Lange Institute is 352-753-4014, 352-753-4014. A lot of you guys and gals are watching in the Lange Institute on Mondays through Fridays. We run this video usually. So I'm going to say hello to everybody in the waiting room. Hello, hello. Roger.
everybody, and I hope you have a good day.
And we're going to expand a little bit more on omega on hold. Let's go to our benevolent Steve in Clearwater. Steve, good morning.
The genius.
Yes, well, I'd like to recommend that you officially appoint Roger P. Schulman as your communications officer, like Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek.
Right.
And he will be your communications officer. In honor, Michelle Nichols, who played that part, died just recently. So now Richard P. Schulman will be the communications officer for the Lange Eye Clinic.
Be me yet, Scotty.
I'll be happy to take over that post. Yes, I'll take it over immediately.
Okay, I want to ask you a question, Dr. Lange. Give you an opportunity. You hired a new doctor. Is that correct? New physician.
Well, that's news to me. Maybe you're going. I have Dr. Susan Summerton, Dr. I was interviewing, but when I told her how many patients she was going to have to see a day,
she ran for the hills.
Yes, she looked a little scared. But I told her we had a support staff. You had 2 scribes. You had 4 technicians. You could work out of 5 exam rooms. And she was accustomed to literally coming from a placing 4 patients a day. So that doctor's not going to be with us.
How many patients do you see a day, doctor?
I see a lot. So I'm there from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. It's a 12-hour day. I have a protein shake in between patients. It takes me 18 seconds to drink, and then I have some mouthwash, organic mouthwash that I rinse off right after that and go right into the room. So I have an 18-second lunch. But, there's money.
A lot of learn from you. Having the scribes and the support staff really makes it more efficient, doesn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, today, and I see it all the time. I've seen it with primary care physicians, rheumatologists, even orthopedic surgeons. Seen and my kids have seen, they're in there for 30, 40 minutes with the patient, but 20, 30 minutes of it, they're typing and their back is to us. Yeah. And that's so inefficient. And I say, why don't you have scribes? And usually these are hospital-based, university-based settings. And they say they don't have the budget. But then again, these doctors probably don't want to work that hard. They're on salary and they may not be getting any type of incentive bonuses. So why would they want to see a lot of patients?
Interesting.
All right, Steve. What's your question, my friend?
One more question. I have a question that's I'm sorry I brought up something that I thought was incorrect. I have this interesting. I have a TV, a big screen TV. It's about wide, and there's a black spot in the middle of the TV. Okay, in the middle of the screen. It's about an inch wide. Now, when I look at the black spot, I see it. Anybody can see it. But when I watch TV, it disappears. It doesn't seem to be, it's still there, but my consciousness does not see it anymore. Is there any way that my brain could be kind of canceling that out like a blind spot?
Yeah, the brain is very interesting. Let me tell you what we did when we were in school. We were required to put prism on our eyes that reverse things, flip them upside down, okay? And so we looked and everything was upside down. And then we had to leave those prism on until our brain compensated and made it look right side up. And, some people never could do it. You never could flip it. And some people it took a few hours and you weren't obviously able to drive or go anywhere. You had to sit in the lab during that period of time. And so your brain does adapt and it will cancel things out like that. It will adapt and overcome. But the interesting thing is now, once you take those glasses off that invert everything, then you see everything upside down for a minute. And you go, oh my God, you've ruined my eyes. And then it just takes to go back to normal. So if you're having image on your screen and creating an after image possibly on your retina, an after image, then you can your brain can probably adapt and overcome. Is it actually a defect screen, or what are you thinking?
It's a defect, a black spot where it does not illuminate at all. It's about an inch wide. And if I look for it, I can see it.
Well, Steve, is it?
I
take it back. Get a new one. You shouldn't be having that on your screen.
Yeah, it's just a fluke that happens. It looks like it was some kind of conduction error in that screen.
Now so you're pretty intelligent. Everybody does have a blind spot in their visual system, and very intelligent people will be able to actually see that blind spot with one eye closed. You can find an area you close one eye where you lose your fingers. And that's a blind spot that you're not aware of typically during the day. Only a visual field test that we do at the eye center can pick that blind spot up. And that's your optic nerve. So that's a whole where the optic nerve goes through.
Blind spots. In other words,
That's
they
right.
don't. Oh, okay. So that you really don't have one in totality.
Right. All
Oh,
right.
that's interesting. Okay, well, God bless you and have a good day. And I want you to rethink about hiring that lady because she sounded like she'd be very good to hire.
I'll think about it. Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. We got somebody on hold. I think it's Natasha in Ocala. Hold on for just one more second. Steve's been a caller for many years. You know, Bob was a caller for more years, and Steve has kind of taken over Bob's position, it seems.
Yes, he has definitely taken that over, and he has something interesting to say every week. He's a brilliant man.
Yeah, he's a genius. I don't think they can measure his IQ. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. I should say Ask the Doctors because, geez, Roger's been doing this for a long time, so he probably knows all the answers. Give us a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Remember, we're getting ready to talk about that one simple health hack everybody can do to improve circulation, reduce pain, and improve health in general. We're going to talk about that after we talk to Natasha in Ocala. Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. Most beautiful day today.
Good morning.
Really quick with Steve there. I think he'd be a operations officer. Fantastic. I actually was, so everybody knows my name is Natasha. I actually work with Dr. Lange every single day. I work for Fortify, and I have so many people that will call me or come into my office and they'll say, Tasha, you look amazing. What are you doing? And first of all, I want to thank you, Dr. Lange, because it is because of your products that I have come as far as I am. So I will say I am 40 years old. I am 5'4". That's how tall I am. I was at 198 pounds, which for a 5'4" person, you can see that pretty well all over.
You were a big girl.
I'm at 100. Huh?
I said you were a big girl.
I was. And now I'm at 145 when I weighed this morning, so 53 pounds down, but I've been maintaining that for over 2.5 years. So to me, that's amazing. It was really, really hard to do.
And it took a lot of discipline, didn't it?
Oh my God.
A lot of willpower. And, you couldn't just go out with all your friends to, go to the pizza place and have the pizza and the pitch of beer or whatever. And you couldn't have the cheesecake. I mean, it took a lot of discipline, but it's not only diet, is it? I mean, it's exercise. I mean, you're in amazing condition now. You represent the Fortify vitamin brand very well, I have to tell you. But continue your story.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, this is what I do every day. Like I said, I have people that come in and they're like, Tasha, what are you doing? What you're doing. Tell me if you agree. Every morning, it is so, so, so important to pound that protein. It is protein. So I make a shake. I do the vegan super protein. That helps to protect and build my lean muscle. It gives me the strength I need for my busy day because my day is literally crazy. It helps me stay longer and helps to reduce those cravings so I'm not looking for that cheesecake, right? Then I add the rejuvenate. Hair, skin, and nails. My hair is literally longer than it's ever been, which is amazing. My skin is glowing, which people tell me all the time what I'm doing. But the rejuvenate is also helping to support my muscle mass. It strengthens my bones, my joints. It supports my gut health and my tissue health. It's got the hyaluronic acid in there. So that's just fantastic for my sciatica pain, me personally. And lately, you came out with something that mixes creatine, HMB, and vitamin D. That has been a game changer for me, Dr. Lange. That's given me energy, strength. It's given me, it helps to protect my muscles. That, I feel a lot better throughout the day. It helps them from breaking down, supports my recovery, and of course, vitamin D. We love that because it's, good for your bones, your immunity, and your muscle function. So I start that every single day. That's like my ultimate start to my day, and it's fantastic.
So that's what we have right now. We have that on sale on the Fortify website. It's called the Fortify Strength and Vitality Bundle. Fortify Strength and Vitality Bundle. And what it does, it has the vegan super protein, which, by the way, is, I think, one of the only vegan proteins has the rejuvenate and it has the new creatine D all in the bundle. It works quite well. It's pretty amazing. And if you're a vegetarian, you can take that. And if you're a vegan, as long as you're a pescatarian, you can take it because it does have a marine collagen tripeptide in the rejuvenate. But that combination is very effective at building muscle and metabolizing fat and increasing energy, and then helping to minimize fine lines and wrinkles and help your hair, nails. I mean, it's really anti-aging. It's nutritional 101 for anti-aging and total body wellness. Remember, God made a pretty good body. As long as we give it the right fuel, we can excel, we can thrive. And I always ask patients and people on the show, do you want to thrive or do you want to just survive? And I tell patients all that are on the carnivore diet for losing weight, but not for thriving. I mean, a lot of people lose weight on the carnivore diet, but you got to have some form of carbohydrates. You got to have by itself, you can become very deficient on patients. So carnivore diet is okay if you want to lose weight, but for long-term overall wellness.
I agree with that 1,000%. Every single day, and I appreciate that. Truly, I do. I really do. And I feel like I've gotten as far as I have, and I've learned to appreciate my body a lot more and what I'm putting into it a lot more because of you. So thank you. I also do the vitamins.
Right.
So the vitamins are so important.
It is very important, and I do appreciate your call and your feedback and the testimonial and all the hard work you do for us at the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. She is the Fortify girl. I mean, she travels with Fortify Vitamins all over the country, and she's sort of our spokesperson. So I want to thank you for all your work. You wear two hats for me, and you do a good job of it. And she can be seen at the Lange Eye Institute. She's one of the opticians, and also she makes the glasses too. So she can do just about anything and everything. And maybe
that's why I need the protein to keep me full.
I'm going to send you to flight school so you can be the pilot too.
I might as well.
Tasha, thanks.
Roger, I hope you have the most amazing day. I'm going to miss you at the Optometric Management Symposium this week coming up. So I hope you guys have an amazing trip, though. You deserve it.
Thank you, Tasha. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye, Roger.
Bye.
And that's true. We are sponsoring Fortify Vitamins is at the Optometric Management Symposium in Orlando. And actually, we've developed a speech I've worked on with one of the doctors that's pretty famous is going to be doing that lecture all on nutrition. And I wrote up some things on nutritional nourishment for glaucoma, for macular degeneration, for dry eye. And hopefully she's going to use a lot of that in the lecture. And I'm going to do a little video that she can run prior to the lecture, just talking about a little 2-minute video since I can't be there. You know, Roger, you know, she's done really well. She's done an about face, and it's hard work. But, you know, I've known you a long time now, and you are getting better with age. Roger, you are getting stronger than when I first met you. Now, you've adjusted your diet. You're starting to pound the protein. You're on some of the Fortify supplements. But it's funny. We gave you a thimble of something the other day.
Thimble full of something. I drank it and then went to the gym with you, and I was doing things that amazed me and you. The weight I was lifting there was ridiculous.
It was, and it was a thimble full of Fortify Fit Pro. It was the Fit Pro, and we were doing some taste tests at the Fortify Nutrition Center that is in Clearwater, right there on McMillan Booth Road in the Publix Plaza. And we had a bunch of people that come in there, and we were all doing taste tests with the new strawberry watermelon. And then Roger and I went, and Roger was, I mean, lifting weights in your 70s, and you were lifting as much weight as somebody's in their 20s.
I was kind of shocked that day. It was just ridiculous, really. But I felt vigorous and was able to do that, and it was an exponential change. Usually, I'm lifting a 20-pound weight, and you're lifting 700 pounds. I call him the Lange animal because he has superhuman strength from all of the exercise and supplements and diet. But that day, I was doing very well, and it continued.
It has continued. And then the following week, we came over to the house and we had a pre-workout drink before heading to the gym, about 30 minutes before. And we did what literally is the Fortify Strength and Vitality Bundle. That time we used the vegan protein instead of the whey protein. We did it in chocolate. We did the chocolate rejuvenate, and we added 1 scoop of the creatine. And you were in animal in the gym then. I mean, you have turned into an animal. I mean, you're in your late 70s and you are lifting the weights of that of a, like I said, 20, 25-year-old. You're doing well. You are reversing the aging, my friend.
Seems like that is the case as far as strength is concerned. It gives you a lot more confidence doing things to have an extra amount of strength at this age. Definitely. It's also safer.
Absolutely is. And as we get older, we got to be concerned about falling. I have Betty Ruth McFadden Lange, my mother, who's 98 now. She's on these products, and I don't want her to fall. The fall is what killed my dad at 90.
Right.
And luckily, I didn't have this out soon enough to help my dad's strength. But my mom's on it, so a lot of our patients, as they get up in age, will benefit from the right nutrition. And the right nutrition is not the SAD diet, SAD. What's that stand for, Roger?
The typical, the American diet, basically.
Standard American diet.
The diet that causes you to get fat and die.
There you go, fat and die. It's a pro-inflammatory diet, so I urge all of you that are watching this show to Google Lange Survival Diet. The Lange Survival Diet, I worked on it for years and years and years. Thousands of people throughout the world are on it. It's what we've done, we've taken the best, the paleo diet, the carnivore diet, the hallelujah diet, the plant paradox diet, and we've combined them all into one called the Lange Survival Diet. And I call it that, so it helps us survive into our old ages. What I've done, I've taken out all the foods that are high in anti-nutrients. That's gluten, oxalates, FODMAPs, phytic acid, lectins, protease inhibitors, alkaloids, all of that we've taken out. Now, when we talk about alkaloids, that's tomatoes, right? And so men can benefit. Listen up, all you men out there. Men can benefit from a type of alkaloid that's made from tomatoes and or tomato sauce. Hey, if you're a man, you should probably consuming 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato paste every day or a cup of tomato sauce every day. Now, that's an alkaloid, but remember, an alkaloid from a tomato, that's a nightshade, is pro-inflammatory. But once you mush it up and turn it into a sauce and then cook it, it reduces these alkaloids, these nightshades that cause pro-inflammatory. So men can take it without aggravating your joints and causing inflammation. And it's been shown in studies to lower your PSA dramatically. And it takes anywhere from 1 month to 12 weeks to work. But I notice a lot of times men, including myself, we may get an enlarged prostate, something called BPH. If I start doing the 3 tablespoons of tomato paste or a cup of tomato sauce daily for about, I noticed that much less urinate. All of you men out there, you know what I'm talking about, all right? You got to get up and pee every hour and sleep. So try the whole sauce thing. It's backed by a lot of good clinical, anything to help our fellow.
And getting up every couple of hours at night is a real problem when you get into your early hundreds.
Absolutely. So even when you're in your early 60s and 50s.
Yes.
So, all right, let's tell everybody, let's let the cat out the bag right now. The one simple health hack everybody can do. There's one supplement you can take. Most of you are already biting at the bit. You know what the answer is if you've been listening to this show. There's one supplement that you can take that will decrease inflammation in your body, decrease inflammatory markers, increase circulation. It helps dry eye. It to actually bring carotenoid into your eye, and that is omega-3 from fish oil, not from squid, not from krill, not from plant source, omega-3 fish oil. And that you're probably going to have some questions regarding that.
Yes, I am. I was reading a study from the Cleveland Clinic, one of the finest clinics and hospital systems in the world, up there with the top one, which is the Mayo Clinic. I think they're number 2 or 3 as far as care of the heart and other treatments. Omega-3s, according to the study, lower triglyceride levels. Too many can raise your risk of hyperglycemia and increasing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and atherosclerosis, hardening. Now, I found that omega-3 raise your HDL, that's the good cholesterol, and lower your blood pressure. You have a blood pressure problem. It lowers the cardiovascular risk of sudden death and things like the AFib, the mitochondrial arrhythmia plotting is improved. And the question is, what is the right supplement? You see all these things in the drugstores. A lot of them are not good, and that is a problem. You have had your supplement out for quite some time, your omega-3s, doctor, and that's the one I've been taking with very good results. I had a shoulder pain that I've mentioned on the show many times. Taking that, it actually went away. I thought I was going to have surgery. I didn't. Dosage and form of this we should.
That's a great question. And there's 15, 20 different omega-3 brands when you walk into the supermarket and walk into the health food store. And what you want to look for, you want it to say either TG form, stands for triglyceride omega-3, or TG. That stands for re-esterified triglyceride form. And the reason for this is most fish oil is the ethyl ester form. If it says ethyl ester on the bottle, I would avoid it. If it says EE on the bottle, I would avoid it. This is a very inexpensive way to manufacture fish oil, to concentrate it, and to purify it using ethanol. Now, the Norwegians developed a process called transesterification where they actually remove the ethanol after the distillation period, and they replace the backbone with a triglyceride backbone, just the way fish naturally have in the sea. So now it absorbs right into your bloodstream. It's very efficient. It absorbs 3 to 4 times more readily than an ethyl ester form, and it doesn't go rancid and become, stinky. Or you don't burp up a nasty fish taste that you burp up with most of the fish oil you buy over the counter because the ethanol that's in it.
A lot of people who said I tried fish oil and I hate it because it made me burp and have stomach disorders. Yours does not, and it doesn't smell foul like some of those others. Now, what is the best fish and where are they found to manufacture the fish oil that you have?
So a lot of people think, well, you get it made in Norway, so you're getting Norwegian fish, right? No, that's not true. The Norwegians don't use any of their fish for fish oil, all right?
Really?
We catch it off the southern tip of South America down near Antarctica, all right? And so near the South Pole. And we use sardines. The majority are sardines in this. The sardines are very young, non-predatory fish, so they're very pure to begin with, and their omega-3 levels, the EPA and DHA in the omega-3 is actually very, very high. So we gather those sardines and we squeeze them and get the oils, and then we send it to Oslo, Norway, not Oslo, but Oslo, Norway, beautiful little town in the fjords of Norway. And this is kind of how the Bordeaux region is to wine in France. Oslo, Norway is the best in the omega-3 industry.
And this is very expensive, isn't it? This is more expensive than the normal processes.
Much more expensive. And I've had many companies, because we sell a lot of omega-3 throughout the globe. A lot of doctors are recommending our Fortify Super Omega and our Fortify Super Omega Max. And so I've always trying to get a better deal, right? You save $1, you make $1. And I've gotten a lot of the world, including the United States and Canada, give me a better deal. But then when I look at the COA, that's the certificate of analysis, we look at ours, there is essentially no heavy metals or impurities.
And none of this comes from China. That's one very important thing.
Right. Nothing that we do comes from China. And the COA of these other omega-3s that were less expensive did have levels of contaminants that I didn't want. I mean, they passed the FDA's allotted amount, but I don't want any contaminants in our oils because I'm consuming it. My mom, my kids, my patients, my friends. So we want the best. Remember, right science, right ingredients, right for you is our motto at Fortify Vitamins. And that's why we stick with the Norwegians in the concentration and the purification of the omega-3 from the sardines that we get, way down south near the South Pole.
Nice cold, pure water down there. Now, what is the most effective dosage of the omega-3?
That's a great question because a lot of doctors, a lot of patients will come in and the doctors are saying, we recommend this omega-3 fish oil, and they sell them a fish oil. And that's fine if you sell the fish oil to them. It's convenient for the patient, but you sell them something that has truly a therapeutic amount that's going to do something. And the typical omega-3 you buy over the counter is going to have 180 EPA and 120 DHA. And we call that 18-12. And that's really not enough to do anything. And a lot of the studies that showed that fish oil didn't benefit patients were using this 180 and 120 amounts. So, if you don't give you anything, it's not going to do anything, right? So we really need a minimum, I like to think, an absolute minimum of 1,000 milligrams of omega-3 combined EPA and DHA. But more typically, if you really want to get a therapeutic level to help, you need between 1,600 and 2,400 milligrams. And this is 25 years of experience in studying omega-3, doing omega index studies on our patients that have proved this. We found out in an omega index study we did years ago where we actually took the analyzed it for the omega-3 in the relationship to the omega-6. And we found out 100% of our patients, and there were a lot of people in the study, as long as they were less than 240 pounds, the fortified super omega that I'm holding up, their omega index for the heart health zone between 9.2 and 11%. But everybody in our study went between 9.2 and 11%. If you're over 240 pounds, then you need to go to the fortified super omega-3 max. That is 2,400 milligrams of omega-3. So most people are going to do fine at 1,600. Over 240 pounds, you need to go to the 2,400 milligrams. Now, if you're a little low person and you only weigh 90 pounds, maybe you get by with just one gel cap a day, and that's 800 milligrams of combined EPA DHA.
Now, here's a question for you. You have a number of supplements. You have a number of whey isolates and other things that people can, whey protein isolate, and many other things that have expanded through the years. You have the focus and brain, wonderful things. If you were restricted to taking one of your products for the rest of your life, none others, which would be the one you'd pick?
Unequivocally, without a doubt, it'd be omega-3.
Really?
It'd be fortified super omega, if indeed you're not eating fish. Now, if you're eating fish 3 times a week, it would be focus and brain, okay? Focus and brain. And then, of course, the creatine is coming up really close now. So the combination of all 3 of those, the omega-3, the fortified focus and brain, and that new creatine HMB would be ideal. But if you only had one, it would be omega-3. If you ate a lot of fish, it would be focus and brain, all right?
So that shows how effective that is. And I found it to be amazingly effective over the last 15 to 20 years I've been taking it. It was,
Right, and people can go online to the Fortify website. Go to fortify.com, Fortifeye. That's fortify.com, Fortifeye. Fortify.com. Go to the omega-3. Look at the science. Look at the studies. You'll be amazed. I'm going to give you the phone number for Fortify Vitamins. It's 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. Also, go to a website. This is the best website out there talking about the benefits of omega-3. And this has the latest studies. I mean, the latest studies on omega-3 proving the benefits for the prostate, for diabetes, for the heart, for dry eyes, for macular degeneration. And it's called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. So healthbenefitsofomega3.com. Let me open up the phone lines. We're going to take some calls now. If you got a question, give us a call at 813-282 8283. That is 813. Dr. Roger P. Schulman and myself, Dr. Lange. We're live in the Salem Media Studios here in Tampa Bay. Give us a call. We have time for some questions. 813-282-8283. I also want to talk briefly about proprietary blends. Say no to proprietary blends. You want full transparency on all of our labels. Roger, we tell exactly what's in our product, okay? Because we're proud of what's in it. If there's a proprietary blend, in my opinion, they're hiding from something. They're not proud of what's in their supplements. So I would stay away from proprietary blends.
You told me about a company, what it is, and they checked, I think it was the FDA or some laboratory checked what was in their supplements that were advertised very heavily across television and radio, and it turned out it was basically dust. And it really didn't have anything in it.
Right.
They straightened things out. I think they got a big fine, and
Big fine.
it
Yep.
was one of those proprietary blends where you have no idea what's in it. And I found that to be a very interesting story. It was
Right. So we don't want proprietary blends. You want to know what's in the supplements you're taking. Also, one of my pet peeves is especially in protein powders, they're filled with lots of sweeteners, dyes, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners. And the bad ones are aspartame, sucralose, and something called ACE-K or acesulfide potassium. So if those are in your protein powder, stay away. Aspartame, sucralose, acesulfide potassium. These have been shown in clinical studies to disrupt the gut microbiome, cause bloating, gas, IBS. Also, it causes you to crave more carbohydrates and more sugar. And the reason for that is it causes a release of insulin. So what's happening is these are so sweet. Sucralose is 600 to 800 times sweeter than sugar. Your brain thinks you're getting a boatload of sugar. So what happens? Your pancreas secretes insulin. There is no carbs in your system and no sugar, so your blood sugar drops dramatically. Causes headaches, mood changes, causes uh, fluctuation in vision. Also, animal studies show, some preliminary animal studies show may even be a risk for cancer, these things. So sucralose, acesulfate, potassium, and aspartame, stay away from it. And this is called reactive hypoglycemia, when your blood sugar drops. And you think about it, all these are gym rats and everybody's taking this. They're going to go to the gym and they're going to pump iron, and then all of a sudden their blood sugar drops. They get this reactive hypoglycemia, and some up can pass out at the gym. That's not a good thing, is it?
it's a bad look. Yeah.
So we don't want to have those in our protein powders. Also, another one that you want to say no to is maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is in everything. I mean, from ice cream to all the protein powders and all the little protein drinks you buy at the local 7-Eleven. Be careful. This is an overly processed carbohydrate, genetically modified corn, and it's used to give it a nice texture. It's a super high glycemic index, and so that triggers insulin. Again, can cause blood sugar to go up fast, to crash down very fast, causing fatigue, increased hunger. So you eat more food and you actually get fat because of that. Also, it decreases the beneficial gut flora, and it promotes the bad bacteria in our gut, worsens gut inflammation, and actually promotes belly fat. So if it has maltodextrin, stay away from it. It has aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfate potassium, stay away from it. So there's not a lot of proteins that you can buy, protein powders that don't have that, except the good brands. The one I'm holding up is called Fortified Grass-Fed Whey Protein Isolate. And if you look at the ingredient profile on it, all it has in it is grass-fed, non-denatured whey protein. Nothing else. It's the purest protein on the market. It is microfiltered, ultra-filtered instead of ion exchange, so there's no acid and there's no heat. It's cold filtered. We only heat it to 72 degrees with 15 seconds, so it doesn't denature and destroy the delicate immunoglobulins that are in it, that are really fast-acting great protein. Consider Fortified Whey Protein Isolate. It's the fastest-acting protein, purest protein on the market. Or use this as a guideline to find a supplement like that at the local health food store.
And none of it comes from China.
You keep saying that, don't you?
Well, so many things do, and the result, we had poison dog food from China, we had poison drywall from China. They don't like us over there, and to get our vitamins from there is probably not a good idea.
Nope. I agree. So we've got somebody asking a question. Let me see. Dr. Lange, what do you think about kosher food? Aha! So, fine. It's actually fairly pure when you think about it. And you might be more of an expert than me, but there's certain foods when you're eating kosher that you can't eat. I think you can eat cow, chicken, sheep, goats, fish that don't have fins, all right? So you can't eat catfish.
Shellfish are out, clams,
Pork is out.
oysters,
No pork, right?
no pork at all.
No camel.
I don't know about camel. Do they have a cloven hoof or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's why.
But, and you need them for transportation when you were living over there in the biblical age. But
But the thing I like about kosher, it's like humanely slaughtered, right? So
yes.
I guess they're petting the animals or something before they slaughter them. I don't know. But also, the blood is all removed before they cook it. So the blood is removed. So I think it's all, very hygienic, certain ethics, some spiritual twist to it.
There
Um,
is, and the slaughterhouses and the areas must level, which is not always done in the kosher realm.
Right. And there's no hidden fillers. I like that. No binders, no fillers, no preservatives. So, I mean, it's a good way to eat. I mean, I think kosher foods are fine. And maybe you live longer eating kosher. But you can't have a cheeseburger, if I recall. A lot of my friends are
Absolutely
Jewish.
not.
And back in the day, I'd get a hamburger and my buddy Randy Emmer, cheeseburger. Oh, no. I can't eat a cheeseburger.
Actually, in the Orthodox Jewish families, you have cooking materials for the dairy and non-dairy. They separated that seriously. So a cheeseburger would be out if you're on a kosher diet.
All right, I got a few more things I want to cover very rapidly. First of all, come see us at the Lange Institute in the Villages, Florida. Learn more about nutrition at Fortify. There's some pretty interesting studies out there that show that increased levels of risk of aggressive prostate. It decreases the study rate from prostate cancer. Study is at that website, healthbenefitsofomega3.com. Amazing. Remember the TG or rTG form. It may help reduce the chance of you having prostate issues. And if you do have prostate problems, it may be beneficial. A new study talking about lutein and zeaxanthin of depression. So Fortify Focus and Brain may be beneficial. And there's some preliminary studies using zeaxanthin. It may boost tumor fighting abilities of people that have melanoma, and it may actually increase the anti-tumor activity of immunotherapy for people having melanoma. As you know, this is dear to my heart because my brother has just gotten over melanoma treatment at Moffitt's. And then the final one, I'm going to reiterate, all you men out there, solid research on tomato paste and tomato sauce will help lower your PSA, help support a healthy prostate. And with that, we only got 27 seconds. So you got to tell everybody bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe and take some of the omega-3 from Fortify. It's a lot better than that stuff that you gave up on.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And I'm Dr. Michael Lange. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and listening to Ask the Doctor. And I'm always here to help keep America fit and healthy. With that, I'm out of here. God bless you, and God bless America.